Narcissism doesn't choose a sex. Narcissism is sexless. And that's what a lot of people gonna be if that's how they act. Sexless. Nobody will want to connect with that energy. Why would somebody want to share energy with somebody that acts like that? Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. Now, in this video, I want to address another awesome topic and a topic of concern, and that is breaking your co-wife instead of breaking your bad habits. A lot of people don't understand that co-wives have an opportunity to uplift each other, even though it's not easy always to sit and know in your own mind, and you're going, oh, we're married to the same man, oops. It's not always easy to have that thought or understand that fact in many, many cases, and then it turns into getting upset with your husband and then directing or projecting towards your co-wife. And she's sitting there going, why is this girl mad at me? Or what's going on? What did I do? She might even be saying, what did I do? And she didn't do anything. She's innocent on all charges. So I've learned through much study, through people watching, because I'm just a natural people watcher. As an extrovert, for some of y'all don't know, but I'm an ENFP, and we people watch and we care about people. We try to see the human side of them instead of searching for the danger in someone all the time. We typically don't like to do that, but you fool me once, then, you end up on that list where I don't have much to say to you. And I don't feel as though when co-wives are trying to connect with one another, we don't always give each other enough chances. When we make a mistake or when we don't even know we're doing anything, we don't try to see the other side. So it's not about breaking your co-wife or pausing your bad habits. It's about getting rid of those bad habits, whether it's a petty comment, whether it's trying to make her feel lower or less than you or less intelligent. So it's like, let me dumb her down so I can make myself feel smarter or feel smart in some cases. Let me try to make myself look better to her husband, by breaking her down. That's one of the things that we addressed in the games that people play in polygyny video that we did. If you guys didn't check that out, please check it out. We just talk about some of the games that are played. But I know one of the major games is trying to break each other as co-wives instead of understanding that everybody has their own insecurities, their own vulnerabilities, and their own issues. And polygyny is not just happening to an initial wife, a subsequent wife, or a wife that wants to enter into polygyny, or just the husband. It's happening to everyone because we're all living this life. We are all terminal. We're all going to pass on and to the next. And we need to be thinking about what we're doing in this life to other people. Are we being the source of someone else's drama? Or are we part of the solution? I don't want to be in the drama pile. I don't want to be in the trauma pile. I don't want to be traumatizing people. I want to be in the solution area, that pile. I want to be a helper. I want to be an ally. I want to be a team player because I'm around people that are playing team with me. I don't care how it went down, long as it didn't go down in a way that was against Allah's decree. I'm a practicing Muslim. I said what I said. then I don't have an issue. I might have issue with communication, lack of those different things. But I always like to see the good. Because I'm not the kind of wife that wants to sit there and go, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get up tonight, I'm gonna get up this morning, and I'm gonna find all the bad stuff, or all the stuff that worked my nerves, or all the stuff that I didn't feel was important, or the stuff that he didn't do perfectly, or the stuff that he didn't get me that I wanted 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna go find all that today, and then I'm gonna just blow this thing out the water. You gotta think about what part of you, if you are that person, is unearthing that narcissism. Because it ain't just men being narcissistic, women can be narcissistic too. People could be narcissistic. Narcissism doesn't choose a sex. Narcissism is sexless. And that's what a lot of people gonna be if that's how they act. Sexless. Nobody will want to connect with that energy. Why would somebody want to share energy with somebody that acts like that? And then people sit up, I don't know why you won't have sex with me. How much time you got? Because if we're sitting there, that's another thing that I find completely unattractive. When we're sitting there and we're dogging out our co-wife to our husband, dogging her, calling her kind of bees, calling out her name, and she did this wrong, she's an airhead, you need to do something with her. He ain't gonna find that very attractive. You can voice those opinions, you can voice different concerns, absolutely, in a respectful way. Say, I don't know what's going on, I don't want to assume I know anything, but it appears to me as though woo-woo, and I could be wrong. That's kind of the best course of action. Saying that you could be wrong because you can't. I've been wrong. And I go, ooh, I was wrong. Ooh, I assumed. And then you get to the point where you go, assuming does not serve me. Assuming is breaking me down for what I can hope that relationship with my co-wife could be. My assumption is hurting. This vision of what I have for my relationship with my co-wife, if I want peace, and then I assume something of her, it's disrupting that peaceful imagery of her. It's disrupting and disturbing the goal that I have. Maybe she's got a goal to be close to you. Maybe she has a goal to find some understanding, some middle ground. But it's hard to break a wall down when somebody keeps building another one after. That's difficult. That's damn near impossible. But if we want to get on board and not break each other down as wives, not just say, oh, I'm not going to break you down as women. We wives. I don't want my attribute to be under on my name, broke down co-wife. Because she won't be the broke down co-wife. I'll be the broke down co-wife because there's a breakdown in my character. If I set forth in a day and say, I'm going to mess her life up today, I hope she enjoys it. I'm going to have her crying by the end of about 15 minutes of talking to me. If that happens because sometimes people feel things very deeply. So if you do share your struggle with your co-wife and she does become or upset and it is from an organic, genuine place, that means something. That ought to mean something. She sees something that she did not wish for you to go through that you went through. And that hurts her if she cares about you. If you're not at that point, you might not be at that point yet, or you might not ever get to that point. Or you both might put your work in and get to this place where you can have some compromise and create some really healthy, fun boundaries. Boundaries don't always have to be this thing where we look at it as a negative. Boundaries are beautiful. They're beautiful. Because it teaches us not to go so far. It teaches us not to go so far. Why do you think people build fences and electric fences around bridges and water and mountains and stuff? Because there's somebody A whole lot of somebodies that end up at the bottom of those things because they don't respect the boundary. Boundaries are beautiful. I can look at Niagara Falls, sweetie, and I don't have to get too close. I can look at her and enjoy it and take it all in. But if I keep stepping too close, she gonna win. Because I'm gonna be at the bottom of it, wishing I had listened to that boundary, wishing I had respected the boundary. So when we're talking to people, we think because they speak back to us, we think because they're people and we love them, and I'm here and I'm a wife, you ought to listen to me, period, and I don't want to hear anything back. We think that we don't need to create a boundary, and we do. We do. There's so much of me that my co-wife gets. There's so much of her that I get, and I leave the rest for herself. She leaves the rest of me for me. Because if she got all access to every thought, to everything I went through, to all my trauma, to all my triumph, everything I've done, everything I've been through, every little detail, there would be a collapse mentally. Because we're not built to take on all that heartbreak, all that triumph, all those secrets, all that knowledge. We're not meant to. So we don't break into that part of each other and try to just keep going and going. Well, I want to know this, I want to know that. We don't keep prying and digging and digging and digging. Right? So I just want to say that we don't get up and decide to break one another. And we just take those actions that we might have looked at and said, well, you know, that was petty. And we've not had that kind of interaction. Right? We'll just go, I'm going to just wait. I'm going to talk to her about it another time. And we'll start up, oh, girl, I need to talk to you. It ain't no big thing. Because the last thing you want to do is build a ton of suspense. It's the worst thing sitting in somebody else's suspense that they built up around you. It's like, oh my God, please just tell me what's going on. And just tell me it's not a big deal. I think we can work through it. Something's been bothering me. I wonder if you can help. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I think I messed up. There's so many different ways to approach co-wives and that conversation. But the beautiful thing about communication, that part of saying, I don't know, but I could be wrong. Can you give me some clarity? I didn't know what to do. I'm new at this. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Those things. So yes, I had to throw that in there because that's forgiveness and sorries matter. Apologies matter. Saying I messed up matters. It helps, right? So I just had to say that. Let's not put our bad habits on pause. Let's get rid of them. Prayerfully sooner rather than later, and that's not set forth into the day trying to break our co-wife, and not, you know, caring about the heart of someone else as we would want them to care about our heart. Okay, so I want to make sure that you guys are commenting, liking, and subscribing. In the comments, we're going to put co-wives care in the comments. Make sure you're commenting, liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell so that you guys know when we upload to our YouTube and Facebook. Now, make sure you follow us on our social media on IG at Outstanding Relationships. And I'm going to be leaving you guys with a little GLC, but before I do, I hope you got some awesome gems from this video. Make sure that you understand that these things don't happen overnight, but they can happen. Again, I'm going to give you that GLC that I promised. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Coach Fatimah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Sound like a peace.